Now, I said earlier that there are many reasons why someone can be in the UK illegally. I pointed out the fact that some people sometimes commit immigration fraud. Some people might be involved in one crime or the other. Some people might be visa overstayers, while some other people might have had their asylum application denied. Under these circumstances, such a person is considered to be in UK unlawfully and therefore is subject to deportation. What I am facing particularly on this episode is asylum. When people's asylum application are denied, the next step, unless they go to court to challenge that decision, the next step is for them to be prepped, packaged, and now deported back to their home country, in this case, back to Nigeria. So what is asylum? First thing you must understand that is asylum is not the same thing as migration. No. Migration is its own category. Migration is just natural movement of people from one place to another. People might migrate from their usual place of residence to somewhere else to reside. It could be within a particular country. It could also be across international borders. That is what migration is. But asylum is entirely a different thing. Asylum is a creation of international law. It is a concept that provides protection for individuals who cannot be guaranteed of this protection in their home country. So asylum, this on the international stage, when somebody is seeking asylum, is actually seeking asylum in a country entirely different from where he or she hails from. Now, like I already told you, asylum is a creation of international law that provides protection for certain individuals. Under international law, anyone who visits or who finds himself in a foreign country can claim asylum under international law for protection from that country. Now, people can qualify for asylum under different circumstances. People can qualify for asylum if they meet a certain requirement. Now, I will tell you there are about 5 different bases for granting asylum to an individual. So for somebody to be granted asylum, he must be running away from something. If well-founded fear under about 5 different categories. That has to do with because of his political opinion, his religion, ethnicity, nationality, membership of a particular social group, or other serious threats to his life or freedom, which can only happen within the country of his nationality. Now, for somebody who has this well-founded fear against his life, not one that is made up, not one that somebody can concoct or manufacture out of the figment of your own imagination. It must be a well-founded fear to your life or your freedom. And it should be of such nature that your home country, the government of your country, cannot protect you. Sometimes this threat can even come from the government itself or from the systems within the government, with government conniving or not being able to rise up to protect you. Sometimes the government can be entirely responsible for the threat against you. If all these requirements, you're able to meet, not necessarily all the requirements, but any of these factors, you're able to convince the country where you are that you are a victim of any of them, or there's a threat against you or against your freedom because of your involvement of any of these categories I mentioned of. So when you make this claim or this application in a foreign country and you're able to convince the system that your fear is well founded, that you are under a genuine threat in the country you are coming from, genuine threat against your life, genuine threat against your freedom because of your religion, because of your political opinion, because of a certain group you belong to, or because of a certain association you are a member of, anything at all under these headings and categories that you can bring evidence or lay credence to, the country where you are is obligated under international law. It is not out of their own magnanimity. This is an international treaty which these countries have domesticated. UK, as a responsible government, as a member of the international community, is a signatory to the 1951 Convention on the Status of a Refugee. Now, UK is obligated to provide anyone whose condition or his circumstances and situation well brings him under protection of the 1951 Convention. UK is not doing this under the magnanimity of whoever is in power at that moment. They are doing this in fulfillment of their obligation under this treaty. So Nigerians who have well-founded fear to their life or their freedom because of certain things they have been involved with in Nigeria, who runs to the UK or who for any reason find themselves in UK, can make a claim for asylum, and when they are successful, UK government is obligated to provide them protection and allow them to stay in the UK. But where their claim fails for whatever reason, now they are obligated to also leave. UK has the power to now ask them to return back to where they came from or deport them back to Nigeria. That is where people get things wrong. Asylum seeking is not an automatic safety for anyone. Applying or seeking asylum in the UK does not guarantee you automatic protection or automatic indefinite to remain in the UK.